press conference, folks. So yeah, man, that's that. Martinelli should play through the middle, put Smith Rowe on the left, and Pepe start on the right. Oh, I don't know about three. That's the whole thing changing. That's the whole thing changing, and we're still a squad that's still learning. Like, we're not a squad that we can just keep changing things. Right now, it's all about stability. Next year, we can try a bit of them. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that's a thing, but you've modeled up the whole, the whole front line then, which in theory there's some good options there, but yeah, I don't advocate doing that, as especially against Aston Villa. Do you think Rafinha from Leeds could play next to Partey replacing Xhaka? What the fuck? He's a winger, broski. So no. No, definitely not. But yeah, nonetheless, one love. How many points of the remaining games would you accept as us not doing what we always do and choke at important times in games and seasons? For me, this is the culture change I'm looking for. Broski, I don't know. Whatever gets you European football in it, I don't know. I really don't know, because on one hand, I think with our confidence and the way we're playing, we should have a lot more confidence going into the bigger games and things, or this tough run of fixtures. But at the same time, it's cliche, but games aren't won on paper. I don't feel there is games where you can say we're going to win that. Like, again, if we reel up the fixture calendar list, I just to try to answer your question, I don't know. I really don't know, because again, if I look at this. And you're right. But like I was saying, the beautiful thing is we kept Diaz quiet. Cedric did all right. Salah came off the bench and was quiet. Mane was as well. Trent was on the ropes. But at the same time, Trent also, by that, had a good game. And they walked away with 3 points. And the clean sheet. We didn't walk away with nothing, really. There's positives to build upon. Like I said, the beautiful things. But the harsh reality in life, like football, is you need to get results in life. You don't get points for trying. You don't get points for winning. You get points. Right, but there's also negatives, bro. The first one for me would be 54 minutes of football. That's a positive, because 54 minutes against Liverpool still being in it, that's a good look for Arsenal because of what we've done. Last time I checked, it's a 90-minute game. And obviously, 2 silly goals. Liverpool or not, I see us concede them sort of goals all season. Forget the fact that it's Jota and Firmino. We're not following runners. We're losing the ball in the transition. Our shape. We played silly games and won silly prizes. As I said, Cedric had a good game. That's the beautiful example. But the reality is, 2 goals potentially where he hit among other people, less so much the second, they've come from that hand side. So yeah, man, I wouldn't say it should give man a reality check, because I think the players are aware, the club are aware. Arteta, based on the comments we just saw, is aware. I'm therefore aware. We, in every win, shouldn't be getting excited. I understand, Arsenal. Fundamentally, we follow teams for emotion. We've gone from getting relegated to winning every week. I could understand the drug, but if you allowed that to make you assume that we've skipped some steps to the process, that we're ahead of where we're at, you're sadly mistaken. And there's some people that are just too negative. This is where now more than ever you need to approach Arsenal with caution. But looking at this, life comes at you fast, man. You've got to beat Villa. Like, tough ground to go to, good manager, good players. You've got to beat them. You've got to beat them. They lost to Watford. You should be able to get something there. Football's not as white and black as that, but you should be able to. Crystal Palace, reality is that's a difficult ground to go to. I don't want to play against Vieira and Palace on the best of days, much less when they're in form. You need to get something from that. Brighton, I'm shook. Home and away, I'm shook. You need to get something from that. Southampton, you need to get something from that. I therefore would say the last 3 games, even though, again, Everton are fighting relegation. Leeds, this is the time booky things happen. Leeds might do a shocker. St. James's isn't going to be a good one. So there's games where, because of our form and the things we've been doing, I've therefore got more confidence going into these last 11 games. And obviously, we got the Spurs one, but I don't know. I would say if you really had to minimize it, you've got to take points off Leeds. That's the first one I look at. You've got to take 3 points off Leeds. That's them and there. That's a 6-pointer 9 times out of 10. Everyone should be trying to collect 6 points. Respectfully to Newcastle, turning around the form or not, St. James's Park and away form is brazy. You've got to go there and get something. So that's Leeds, Newcastle. St. Mary's is going to be difficult. You need to get something from St. Mary's. For me, that's 9 points. Every game at home, we has to be somewhat a must win. Stamford Bridge, the London Stadium, I don't know. You need to You need to try and beat Brighton at home. We need to take advantage of the little home games we have in it. So I would say that's 3. Let me get a calculator up, man. Mental maths has never been my strong point. Just talking to you lot and doing this is a Mazda. Villa, that's 3. Palace, that should be 3. That's 6. Brighton, you need to win. That's 9. Southampton, you need to get something. So that's 12. I would like to beat Chelsea, but let's just say, all right, you can walk away with a point. That's 13. What the fuck? What was it? Oh, the calculator's just gone. 3 plus 3 plus 3. We're at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to beat Southampton. We're at 12 plus 1. That's 13. You want to beat United, especially at home, but a point is not the worst. So I'd say 14 there. Beat Leeds plus 3. I'd say you kind of got to beat Everton. So that now takes us to 20. You need to get something from Newcastle. So I'd say that's now 23. That's 23 points. And then obviously it would be nice, the Chelseas, the Uniteds, West Hams, Tottenham to come taking points off your rivals. But in them games, I'll take draws because you've got something to fight for. You know, if you can't win, don't lose in it. As much as you want to win and you can take opponents out. So I'd say you need about 20 plus points, 23 odd points or something like that. Really, you know, what's actually points on the board and correlated is something else. I don't know. One thing I do like is that we've been winning the games we need to win. But once again, away from home I'm not really confident away from home. I've seen us piss about at Selhurst. In fact, even in the last 2 years, home and away, Palace has been a political one. Brighton the same, Southampton the same. It's these 4 it's these 12 points potentially on the line. That's the one for me that I'm looking at, man. It is what it is. Rapid, bro. Rapid. You know the thing. Rapid. Tab police. But yeah. This is it. I believe we need to win 7 of 11. Probably need something along them lines there. So Brazy, to the best of my ability, hopefully it did, innit? Apologies if it didn't. One love for everyone. Keep your opinions, etc., 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 etc. rolling. Let's make a timestamp of that. Yeah, that's that. You lot on fire, man. Maybe Twitch is all right, man. Hit the like, P. Come on, maybe I was wrong with rating the Twitch lot above you. I'm good, my guy. I'm blessed. I've got you lot supporting on Twitch and YouTube. Last real push. I don't get days off and things. The days just go like that. But I'd say last push of the week is where it is, man. I'm happy to be here, man. What's your verdict on Teeny? Will his level return to last year's after holiday and a proper preseason? I think Teeny's been all right. I think people are overdoing it, but I'm extremely biased when it comes to Teeny, so I'm probably not the one to ask still. That's fair. Over 70 points for the season is good progress. Objectively, obviously want top 4. It's a massive opportunity, but let's remember, start of the season, us finishing top 4 was slim. Long way to go yet, but let's hope we can stay strong and finish strong. Muay Thai, you're right. But that's another thing where I think we need to apply with balance, because just like the Liverpool game, some men are just going to focus on and do the Mighty Ducks thing. We was good for 54 minutes. Some people are just going to see it as what it is, which that's not wrong. But some people also going to see it what it is as, you can talk about playing well. It's another loss against a big team. It's another loss against Liverpool. It's another game you ain't scored. And if you was to put up all the Liverpool results and whatnot, whether we've lost 2-0, 5-0, 10-0, which hasn't happened, are man really going to look at it and say, oh, but that 2-0 defeat was better than that one? You can, but no one's going to do that. A loss is a loss, a win's a win, a draw's a draw. It doesn't matter, sort of thing. And you're right about that. Some people, top 4 is a myth. It should always be the target, but it was a myth. It was a myth. We didn't understand what was going on. Rightly so. We didn't understand what was going on. The team was a bit of a mess. Our form is uptaken. We're seeing the building blocks. We're seeing the process. Players are playing well. So there's more optimism, you know. So I don't feel we should necessarily focus on the fact that, we were shit. And if we don't get it, it's not really that deep. And likewise, I don't think we should you're right. We should also remember where we're coming from. But two truths can live in the same realm. If we miss out on top four, why did we miss out on top four? Why did we choke when everything looked like it was happening? Was it because we didn't bring certain man in the summer? You know, did we actually indirectly do the damage last year? Because let's remember, we should have probably held on to that win against Crystal Palace. We should have broken down Burnley. We're lucky to get a point Brighton away. You know, who else is there? United and Everton. We was winning. We didn't get anything. Was the damage done there? Was it because of the personnel? Is it because the young players are naive? Was it because of this? Was it because of that? You know, and again, that's where we need to build, because again, you need to be able to, whether it's games coming thick and fast, whether it's decisive moments, you need to go through. When the pressure is turned on, I need to know players can cope. So, yeah, man, it's a brazy one. I answered that already. Your Gab has this thing, bro. You're not listening. Man are still talking about Haaland. We couldn't even get Isaac/Vahovic. Who's talking about Haaland now? Come on, man. You don't do this. It's Friday, man. Please. You got them weird Arsenal fans who think there's genuinely an opportunity of getting Haaland and say, oh, yeah, all the guys going to jet to him. Allow it, man. I'll hold my hands up. You lot could clip me and all them things if we ever signed him this summer. But come on now. Come on now.